It is a beautiful morning here in Idaho, and to be specific, I'm at Hayspur Campground here, just I guess it would be maybe west of Peekaboo, Idaho. And you know, there's a saying that it's not always what you know, but who you know that's important in life. And you know, that couldn't be truer than what I'm about to share with you today. And that is, I'm going to go fishing at Silver Creek Preserve. It's a world-renowned spot for fishing, for fly fishing. And about a year ago, I met a gentleman over at the Silver Creek, and his name was Tom. And that is Tom's camper. And lo and behold, I drove up here to do a little couple days fishing here at Silver Creek. And wouldn't you know it, but parked right next to my rig was Tom. So Tom is Tom's a wonderful man. And when I met Tom last year, there's my rig, okay? But when I met Tom last year, I met him over at Silver Creek, and he was so helpful to me, and he was giving me flies and tips and advice and all that kind of stuff. And we're toward the end of the year. And I said, I'll see you next year, I hope. And look at this, here I am on a beautiful, beautiful June morning. And you know, I pulled into the campground, and there's Tom. You know, it's in addition to it's not what you know, but who you know. You know, it's let go, let God. You let go, let God, and he just brings you into wonderful situations like this. So I got to hurry up because Tom is a wonderful man, but I don't know how patient of a man he is. So I got to get over to Silver Creek, and I'm going to bring you along, and I hope to catch some fish. All right, here we go. Oh goodness gracious! This is the Peninsula Trail, and boy, good old Tom, he doesn't mess around. You know, he hurried over here and said, okay, you know where to meet me. And I got over here, and he was all geared up, and he said, okay, I'm gonna meet you down there. He said, I'm gonna drop the tube at the starting point for the float, and then go fish Loving Creek. So I guess, you know, the way this creek is set up is it's a spring-fed creek, and there's a section of the creek that you can only float. You can't like wade in and fish it. You can only float. So we're gonna float, and the float is beautiful. It's probably, oh, depending on how fast you want to go, it's probably a good 30 minute float or something. But anyway, look at this, you know. And you know, I'm walking down this trail here, the Peninsula Trail. It wouldn't surprise me if well, they probably wouldn't be here now, but Ernest Hemingway, this is where he used to fish a lot. And he called Sun Valley home, which is just about a 30-minute drive from here. So I'm gonna go see if I can't find Tom, and maybe I'll get lucky today. You know, maybe I'll get lucky and catch some beautiful fish. But even if I don't, it'll still be worth the effort. All right, so here we go, and Tom is looking for fish. He only fishes on the surface, and he's looking for fish that are rising and coming up. All right, so Tom is gonna hold my camera. He wants to hold my camera because the hardest thing of fishing, really fly fishing, is the cast. You know, they say 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and do some dry cast or what have you. So I'm gonna give, oh, you got one. Look at that, folks.
I said I'm gonna, as soon as I'm done landing this fish.
Look at this. Tom caught one.
You act surprised. That's what
Okay, now my line is over there, Tom.
Isn't that what we came here to do?
Yeah, my line is...
No, get your line out.
Well, I know. I got to get on the other side of you. There you go. Look at this. Wow. Folks, people come from all over the world to fish Silver Creek.
Yes, they
And
do.
Tom here, a Pittsburgh native, has been fishing these waters for 25 years. Look at that. Wow. Okay. Where is it?
Come on.
Where'd it go?
He's there.
There he is.
He's uncooperative. He doesn't understand the rules. If you come in easy, I release you and you go back to do what you were doing.
Look at that, folks. Where'd he go? There he is.
It's a brown.
That's a brown trout?
It's a brown.
Look
So,
at that.
now, watch this move.
Okay, what are you doing now? Oh,
Release the fish and never touch them.
you just jerked it.
Yep.
All right, so now you're
And
gonna...
I never touch the fish. Well, I mean, every time you touch the fish, you
Yeah.
put the fish in danger.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
So if I can release fish without that,
And what did you use to do that? You used your little...
forceps.
Forceps?
Oh yeah.
I'll be darned. All right.
You know, it's funny. The other day I was here,
Uh-huh.
and I caught a pretty good sized fish, about a 17, 18-inch fish.
Wow.
Okay.
On what size fly? A 22?
24. But anyway,
Uh-huh.
that's not the part that's interesting.
Okay.
What was interesting was there was a woman right over there,
Yeah.
and she said, "Do you need a net?" I said, "No." She says, "Well, how are you going to land it?" I said, "I'm not." And then when I brought it in and I released it without ever touching it, she
Yeah.
said, "I've never seen anybody
hey, I
do
got
that."
one.
Yeah, you do.
Look at this,
Give me
folks.
that photo. Give me this.
Okay. Well, oh, see, I got one and I wasn't even trying. Holy cow. Look at, oh, it's a big one.
You know what they say? Blind squirrels get acorns too.
Are you filming me?
In a second I will when I get my rod in again.
Camera's rolling.
Okay, well.
Okay, folks, I got one. I wasn't even trying, well, yeah, I was trying really hard. Look at this. Oh, it broke.
That's okay. That's all right. You know, the goal is to fool the fish. All right. Once you've done that and you've hooked them, you've done what I'm. Huh?
Yeah, I got my fly.
He took your fly?
No, I got it.
Okay.
All right.
All right. How do we turn this off?
There we go.
Right here? No, right here.
No, on the left. Right there.
Okay. Get a little more distance so we can see the whole stroke. Okay. Go. Now start casting. False cast and get line out. Put line out. More line. Okay. Now, give me a couple false casts.
False cast?
Yep. See, now that's pretty good right there. It's basically what you want to be doing. So we got this on film. All right, now lay it down. No, you pick it up and cast it again. Okay. It's much, much better.
All right, maybe I was mistaken when I said the hardest part of fly fishing is the cast. You know, it's tying the damn knot. These flies are so tiny, and getting the, getting the fly tied is really, really challenging. You use what's called a cinch knot, and learning all the different knots. There's cinch knot and blood knot, and Y knot, and no, that's the Y knot is the Y knot dance, or Y dance. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that one alone. But I don't know where Tom went. I think Tom was over maybe helping a couple. What a wonderful man he is. I don't know if he kind of disappeared on me. Oh, is that him up there? No, that's not him up there. But anyway, so I'm gonna try. I've snagged. I've caught 2 fish. They just got off the hook because when they got on the hook, I wasn't really prepared for it. So anyway, we'll give this another shot. Okay, Tom's got another one. I think that's his. I think that's his third. And is that your third?
Pardon me?
Is that your third fish?
My first fish.
Third.
My seventh.
You've caught 3 or 4.
Huh?
You've caught 3 or 4 fish.
I caught 7.
7? Oh, goodness gracious. He's caught 7, and this one looks like a... This one...
6 were browns, and this is a rainbow.
This one looks like a good one.
Well, that last fish was 16.
6 inches?
16.
16.
16.
Yeah. Holy cow. 16 inches.
That was the last one.
And are we using the same fly?
Yep. It ain't the tool. It's the tool user.
Now, is this another 16?
I don't know.
Look at this, folks.
This is the first rainbow. Everything's been browns, and that's scary.
This is the rainbow?
Yeah.
Wow. How awesome. Look at that. I want to catch one of these. Look at this.
Nice fish.
Nice fish?
Yeah. Here else.
What do you think the size of that is?
Almost 16. Just
Almost
short.
16.
Just short. 16.
Wow, that's
15
beautiful.
and
Let
a
me
half.
see. Let me see it real quick before
Hold
you
on,
put
let's
it
see.
in. Look at that. Fantastic. And off he goes. To eat another fly. Oh, that's fantastic. All right, I don't know how well this is going to work, but I'm going to try to use the little mount for my camera that fits on the visor of my ball cap and bring you along. Maybe I'll get lucky and catch one. Boy, Tom, good old Tom has caught some real beauties. And this water is so clear that you can actually see. You can see the fish. And there's Tom down that way. And interesting thing about fishing Silver Creek, and I learned this early on, was that there are leeches. The base of this creek is like silt. It's almost like quicksand, and you can get stuck in it real easy. You can sink down 2 feet into this stuff, and you just gotta go slow, and you just gotta go really, really slow, and try to avoid. There's enough areas that it's not a problem, but boy, if you get stuck in that silt, such as I'm just walking into as we speak, then it can make it a little bit, can definitely make it a little bit challenging. So, boy, I'll tell you, fishing takes a lot of patience. It really, really does. It takes a lot of patience. So anyway, Tom has caught some just beautiful, beautiful fish. And I would think that, as I spend more and more time with him, that I will hopefully learn myself. So I just got a interesting thing about fishing Silver Creek is that, unlike other places where you generally fish perpendicular to the bank, here, ooh, there, a fish just jumped right over here. So with Silver Creek, oftentimes you'll fish downstream. You'll cast the fly and just let it float downstream. But boy, it'd be nice if I could catch one while I was filming. But we'll see how that goes. I just got to be careful. It's so easy to get stuck in this silt. So Tom was, yeah, when you cast, you want to do 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, and it's like Sun Valley, and you just cast. You'll hear an airplane going across the sky here. I don't know if I could even, there it is, there's a couple of them. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's a old-time air show going on just up the road in a little town called Arco. But let's see. Maybe I'll get lucky and catch one. I'm still waiting to catch a big one. You know, I've caught a few fish here over the last couple of years, but nothing to write home about. Whereas Tom, boy, you know, I think he's on his 6th or 7th. He's on his 6th or 7th fish this morning. You can maybe see the silt in the creek rising up. So, all right, I'm just gonna find my way down to Tom, and then we will. Oh, I think did he just catch another one? I'm not sure. All right, I'll be back.
Oh yeah.
Was I tied up?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And I was blind fishing.
Okay.
And I brought up a bunch of fish.
But they'd come up.
Uh,
Yeah, see, we had that, and the
Yeah,
last
I
four
seen-
fish I caught,
I seen that out there. And I
the
said,
last 4 fish I caught, I waited until I saw a fish that came up twice, which was very few, and then I fished those, and I was able to catch them. But there's still fish rising through here, so have fun. But
what were
I've been
you
here
using
since
this morning?
7:30.
What were you using on them this morning?
Pardon me?
What fly were you using this morning?
Betas, sparkle dun betas. You have any of those small ones?
I tie sparkle doings by the thousands.
So
and
do I.
have.
So do I.
I was one of the, when Craig Matthews invented that, my buddy Dom Traverso was the guide that was a good friend, and he gave them to him. I tie them from 14s down to 24s.
I tie them from 12s to 26s.
Yeah. And
I tie the brown drake I have brown drakes that are sparkle duns.
there's no reason you can't.
Absolutely, it's a mayfly.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'll see you back at
You
the
have a good one, buddy.
You too. My kid's at 86, at 20, 21, 22, at 22 years to 86. It would probably have been 08, 09, or 010.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
Well, if
but
you-
anyway, the reason I believe you is I go there, and we had 3 sessions a day. We had a 9 until 11, an 8 until 11, total break, 2 until 4:30, total break, and 7 until dark. And I had rookies up there that were catching 15 and 20 fish a day.
okay, when it opened in 81 to 87, there was 9,700 fish.
Right, right.
It was in the top 5 rivers
Right.
in the world.
Right.
And in 87, the people from Billings came in because the Billings Gazette printed a whole full page for a whole week of somebody holding a big brown, and they stripped the river. I used to average 35 fish a day over 20 inches. For 4 years, I never caught a 20-inch fish. This is the fly.
But anyway, that's why I believe you, because I've had that experience where I didn't have 90 fish days, but I had 50 fish days.
Yeah. Well, I was fishing. I fished 12 hours. I went in at 3 Mile, rode my canoe across. Here, I'll give you a copy.
Oh, this is a good fish. Boy.
I'm using for a pattern.
Yep. Nope.
Just grizzly hackle, clip the top and the bottom out.
Yep.
And
Can I keep these?
Mayada was the best fly fisherman.
I keep here.
No, you keep. The best fly fisherman in the United States. And he drowned. Fly fisherman wrote a 2-page eulogy to him called "The Best and the Brightest."
Well, I'm going to tell you.
How did he drown? Was he wading and he fell and...
He wasn't with anybody. He waded. He didn't wear a wading belt. I'd had that 95 fish day, and I stopped at Lawson's up on the Henry's Fork.
Sure.
Yeah.
And he was there, and I told him about it. And he said, "I don't want to fish. That fish are too easy." I says, "Yeah, but there's no fishing here." It was one of those years when the ranch was terrible. So this was September. October, he goes up there, gets washed down into that whirlpool and drowns. Nobody's seen him. 3 days later, he popped up, had his rod, and he was all wrapped up in his line.
Goodness gracious.
I was telling him, I've saved 2 people's lives here in tubes, where they were in the tubes and they got too far forward and the tube flipped, and you got
couldn't get out.
You got that
You're
center strap and they
down.
can't get their feet out. I'm going to tell you, by the way, when I'm in a tube, I don't use the center strap. And I don't use the center strap for 2 reasons. One, because of that, and I can get out. But the second reason is I can use my arms and I can get a little deeper, you know. But I saved 2 guys.
Boy, folks, you know, I wanted to just share some of that conversation with you. Those are 2 experienced fishermen right there. Old timers, if you will. And listening to them tell their stories and talking about how the one man drowned. He was an experienced fisherman and he wasn't wearing a belt around your waders, and if you fall and the water fills your waders, oh boy, you're sunk. So anyway, all right. So I landed 2 on the hook. I didn't reel them in, but boy, I did reel in a wonderful friendship with this man, Tom. So, all right, I'm going to go have some lunch and maybe come back a little bit later.